ACoS stands for Total Advertising Cost of Sales, and it's a crucial metric that you need to monitor. In this video, I'm going to show you what it is and how to calculate it for each one of your products using a spreadsheet that you can download for free from the link in the description. My name is Dobro. I run two different Amazon brands, and on this channel, I share everything about those brands, the numbers, the keywords, the ranking, things that generally people do not share, in order to show you the systems and tools that I have developed for myself to run these brands on autopilot and focus on growing them rather than being stuck into the day-to-day. You may be familiar with Amazon Seller Central. This is the campaign manager, and this indicator right here, advertising cost of sale, it's what most Amazon sellers look at. This is advertising spend divided the total sales generated by those ads. Now, the total advertising cost of sales, or TACoS, it is still the advertising spend, but it's divided by all the sales, the ones coming from advertising and the ones coming from organic sales or other sources. If you run your business on multiple platforms, your sales may also include the sales you get from Shopify, from eBay, from Etsy, from anywhere else, and that will make your TACoS number. Why that's important? The main reason is that it reflects in your profit and loss of your business. So if you plan to spend 10% of your revenue in advertising for your business, this number here, the advertising cost of sale, doesn't tell you that. The number you're looking for is the total advertising cost of sale, the TACoS, and you want that number to be as close as possible to the 10% goal that you set for yourself to grow your business but keep a percentage of the profit. Now, one additional consideration is that the total advertising cost of sales is generally hard to calculate per product, since you have sales coming for each product, but your advertising, especially on Amazon, is not clearly divided by the products that have been advertised. So it's hard for you to know how much is your ACoS or your TACoS for one product versus another. But that's a very crucial information because that's what's going to tell you if one product should lower advertising spend while another maybe has a lot of organic sales coming in and allows you to push harder on advertising, increasing budget, increasing bids, and growing that product sales even more. So that number generally is not available in any platforms you find around, but I have a system that allows you to see the TACoS and ACoS per product. And it's very simple, and I'm going to show you how it works. Okay, now I'm going to show you my TACoS calculator system and why that's important for my business. So it's a lot of numbers. I'll walk you through quickly. Here in the first part of the Google Sheet, you can select which product. In this case is Zoe, but I have two main product families, Eggboard Lights and Eggboard Skateboards. Which product we're looking the data for. In the second part, we select the time frame, and the third is just the goal that I've set for myself regarding my TACoS performance, which determines if I've hit my goal or not. Then we see two charts. The first one represents the total sales in the bars, and the red line is the total advertising cost of sale for the product and for the time frame that I've selected. The same numbers are represented in this table. The second chart instead shows a breakdown between the organic sales and the advertising sales for the product and the time frame that has been selected. Now, you can see now that I was doing decently with a TACoS percentage under 15% and under 10% before the holidays. Then during the holidays, my sales increased a lot, but the advertising cost increased as well, up to 18% in the last week of December before Christmas. And then it dropped a lot because I basically paused most of my campaigns knowing that this is a slow season and there's not a lot of volume. In order to restart my advertising campaigns, my TACoS is trickling up and it's not exactly clear what can I do to keep it under control like it was before the holidays. But then if we look at my two main products, the situation is quite different. So if we select the skateboards, my TACoS is fine. Like my TACoS has been under 15% the whole time. And after the holidays, it's most of the times under 10%. Why? Because if you look at the ad sales versus organic sales chart, a lot of sales after the holidays came from organic search. This could be because there's videos around the internet about people riding my skateboard. There's people that knew about my skateboard that just go straight on my listing and buy it. So I don't really need to spend on advertising for those. And the result is that they lower my total advertising cost of sale by quite a bit. And on this table, you see basically if I've hit my goal of 50% for this product, and each one is a week. And the past few weeks, starting from December, have always been under 15%. Now, the same thing is not true for the lights. If I click for the lights, you'll see here immediately that I did not hit 15%. And you'll see that while it was doing decently before the holidays, we spent a lot more than I wanted on advertising for the holidays for this specific product. And then, yes, I post my campaigns, so the tacos lowered, but as soon as I restarted them, I've been spending 34%, 21%. This is almost 50%. And this is also confirmed by the fact that my breakdown between organic sales and advertising sales is much different than the skateboards. Like almost 80% of my sales are coming from ads. This is different than skateboards where I have like 66%, yeah, at the peak, but then sometimes it's 0% or 14%. It's much less. So what does this tell me? This tells me that the problem right now, what is making my overall total advertising cost of sale go up, is not my skateboards. If anything, I could push a little more on my skateboards, but are my skateboard lights. The advertising is not effective anymore. I must have lost some ranking, so I do not get enough organic traffic like I used to get before, because this is what was happening before. Before, I had a healthier volume of organic traffic. Actually, most of my sales were coming from organic traffic. But after the holidays, this is not true anymore, which is worth investigating. I also wanted to show you quickly this other sheet of my same tacos report. This aggregates the data monthly. It's the same data, but each line and each data point is a month instead of a week. What I think the only complete one is January, so February is still ongoing. As of today, it's February 12th, so data is incomplete for February, but this is what happened in January. So the situation is similar, but here you can see better one point. So my overall tacos is still under 15%. I'm still hitting my goals, and my organic sales are overall in January more than my advertising sales. Why? Because my skateboards are what's driving my business. They account for 80% of my sales, more or less. I'll show you some other reports with those breakdowns later on, but that's why. Like, so they're having a 6% tacos in January, which balances out at 26% tacos of my lights. So my lights are the problem right now. They were not as much of a problem before, but now they are. But their impact on my business is limited because they only account for 20-30% of my total sales at the most. This also shows that 60% of my sales for the lights are coming from advertising. So the goal would be to create some more organic sales for the lights, maybe looking for those customers outside of Amazon, and to lower the spend that I currently have on campaigns that are targeting my skateboard lights. And at the same time, probably push a little harder on the skateboards, because the skateboards are having a low tacos, which is great, but gives me room to increase my bids and my budgets to get more traffic and more sales for my skateboards and increase my overall business revenue and grow my business as I want. Okay, now I'm going to show you how this report can be updated weekly or monthly, however you prefer, very quickly. In my case, I have my virtual assistant that updates it, so I only look at it as we did together, looking for insights and things that I can implement in my business. So I focus on growing rather than on the day-to-day updating. But it's really quick and it's really easy. So I'll show you how. Before we can start updating our spreadsheet, there is one step we need to do once in order for the tacos report to be able to show for each product of your catalog. I'm going to show you now from my Amazon campaign manager how it is. It's very easy to do, and you just have to do it once. The concept is that each one of these campaigns that you see, these are all campaigns that I'm currently running. Let's take the auto campaign, for example. Each one targets one product or a product family if you aggregate multiple products into one. First requirement, and you're going to see it here. So if you go on ads, you'll see that the only one that is turned on is this skateboard of mine, the ACen you've seen before. And the second important thing is that in the name of the campaign and of the ad group in this case, but in generally in each campaign, the name will include the ACen. You can see it's here. This is a different ACen. This is another ACen. This allows to do two things. The first is that if you paste the ACen here in the filtering, you immediately get statistics for that specific ACen, which is quite handy. At the first look, you immediately see how many clicks, what's the traffic, and then you can check for other products. The second very important feature is that this way, when we export this into the Google spreadsheet, you will be able to split the advertising spend and the advertising sales per each product. So you will eventually get the tacos per product that is so hard to find in any other tool online. Now we're going to update the weekly tacos report, adding one more week. This is the spreadsheet. Down here, you can see different sheets. This is the weekly tacos, monthly tacos that we have seen before. And then there are three that are for importing data and setting up the system. So this is labeled add products. It's basically adding the ACens of your child ACens, parent ACens, and associate them with egg guides, egg skateboards. All are the ones that are going to show on this menu, right? So you do it once for all your products. You can have a massive catalog. It doesn't matter. It will update automatically. And then you can select per product or keep all, like to see them all together. What we're going to do now is we're going to import two reports from Amazon to our spreadsheet. One goes to this Amazon sales data, and one goes to this one, Amazon ads data. Let's start with this one. So we'll go to Seller Central, and we go to Business Reports. And we're going to select detailed page sales and traffic by parent item. And I do this weekly, so I'm going to select the week that is missing, which is February 2nd to February 8th. And I'm also going to select all columns, apply. Now we're going to download the CSV file. We're going to open it, and we're just going to paste it inside our import sheet. If it opens, there we go. We copy. We go here, and we paste it right here. Now, as you can see, I pasted also the title. We don't need that. So I'm gonna override it. There you go. And then what it needs to be done manually is to add the date, the starting date you selected over there. So we're gonna copy this, go back here and paste it for all three. And this is done. Next is the Amazon advertising data. So it's a different spreadsheet, but the procedure is similar. So we go back to Seller Central, we go to Campaign Manager, and we got a filter for any campaign that had spend. So instead of active status, we're gonna remove this and use a different filter, which is spend greater than 0. This is perfect. The date range needs to be the same. So we're doing from February 2 to February 8, and we export as it is. We save. We open it. This is the one before. This is the new one. I'm gonna copy this. Actually, I only need the data, so we're gonna copy only the one under, and we're gonna paste it right here. Perfect. As we have done before, we're gonna add this date to all the new entries, and this is done. Now you can see that nothing changed, but a new date appeared in the list. And if we select February 2nd, it's going to add the new date over here. This is also good news because up until now, my total ACoS was 20%, which is above what I want. And so this makes me more comfortable on the fact that the changes I've made when this reached here last week seem to be working and are taking everything back to normal levels. More specifically, my skateboards have a lower ACoS and higher sales, which is great. My lights were almost at 50% ACoS, which is not good. Now they're 21, still not enough, but it's trending in the direction that I wanted to go. So this was it. As you've seen, it's really quick and easy to update. I do it weekly. Actually, my virtual assistant does it. It can be done monthly, and you can check it monthly. That's fine. But I think that you should have those metrics under control, and you should have those metrics monitored by individual product, like I do. And there's not many tools around there that allow you to do it. This spreadsheet does, and you can download it for free from the link in the description.